Daddy born poor, Mama was too. Walking through the snow, plastic bags on their shoes. Papa selling houses, sleeping in a car. 4 babies in the backseat, underneath the stars. Well, hey, hey, just work a little harder. Hey, hey, punching that clock with work and prayer and a little bit of luck. Make so much money, need a 10-ton truck. Ha, 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 ha.
Hey, good morning, everyone. Paul McMann here with Forex Smart Trade. So glad you could join me this Thursday morning, January 4th, 2024. Here at Forex Smart Trade, our mission is to make you a successful currency trader and change your financial destiny. And we do that by showing you how to use our proprietary trading indicators. They've been around over a quarter of a century. They're simple to use, but highly accurate. The purpose of this session is to show you that. So with that, let's kind of jump right in and see what we got. We first need to listen to this guy, and we will get going.
Due to federal and state regulations, we are providing the following disclosure. Please stay tuned, as this will take less than a minute. Foreign exchange, futures, and cryptocurrency trading are highly risky, and you can lose all the money you invest should you decide to engage in live trading. We are not responsible for your investment, trading, or tax decisions. We are not licensed financial advisors, traders, accountants, stockbrokers, or attorneys. We are not licensed commodities brokers and do not engage in or facilitate commodities transactions. We are not an introducing broker, and we make no recommendation as to where you should invest or what broker you should trade with. As you apply what you learn, we recommend you seek advice from licensed professionals. Any trade results that we show should not be considered typical of our students. We do not and cannot track the results or performance of our students' private trading accounts. We do not know what a typical or average student earns or loses trading. This is not a get-rich-quick program, guaranteed system, or business opportunity. We sell training and trading tools. We make no promises our training or tools will generate future income for students, and you may not make your investment back, including your investment in this training. Any redistribution or recording of this material is strictly prohibited without advanced written permission.
One of the great things about our program is that once we've trained you, we let you trade with our money and split what you make. And we do that because we are very, very confident in how well the indicators work and in our ability to teach you. And one of the ways we teach is by doing these live trade sessions where you can see an experienced trader who knows how to use the indicators, do their thing, and they walk you through their trade process, and that becomes a teaching moment. I do 3 live trades a week, Tuesday and Thursday morning and Monday afternoon. And then every afternoon at around a little after 4, I send out an overnight trade where I do a short recording attached with it so that you can see how I've come up with it. But when you become a member, every morning at 10 a.m. we do a live trade. Every evening at 10 p.m. we do a live trade. And then we're continually focused on giving you training. You get better by being trained and continuing to focus on the fundamentals. You don't see, say an NBA star. Once he gets to be a star, he stops practicing. No, he continues to practice to keep working on improving his skills. And that's our method here. Now, I'm a firm believer in checklists. Checklists have helped me stay focused. They're proven research-wise in terms of helping improve performance. So here's my checklist that I work off of every day. I like to restart my green chart just to clear out the memory and pick up any updates. Good practice at the end of every day is to go back over the trades that didn't go the way you wanted and try to figure out why. And with our simulator, it becomes very easy to do it because you can go back to a specific time and say, what was going on at this time? What was I looking at? And analyze it in a little bit more depth. And maybe you missed something. Maybe you got the way you do the signal is wrong, or the way you implement the signal is wrong. sometimes you do everything right, but the market just changes. That happened to us not last night, but a couple nights ago on one of the overnight trades. We had a pretty good signal on the pound yen, and it turned and just started going the other way. Excuse me. We are technical traders. So on last night's overnight trade, both trades, by the way, did close profitably. We took buys on both the euro, USD, and the pound yen. We are technical traders. Our indicators help us trade based on the price action, and they're the most predictive things I've seen in terms of telling us the direction of the market. And if we can figure out the direction of the market, we can make some money. However, there are people who trade based on information, and they're called fundamental traders. We want to know what news is happening so that we can trade around it. And the best place to find that is on forexfactory.com. Forex Factory breaks news down into kind of three categories. Yellow, which is low impact. We don't worry about those. Orange, which is medium impact. I tend not to worry about those, but you can, depending on your kind of risk tolerance. And the red guys here, high impact. And it's these high impact people that I want to trade around. And this morning we've got some news coming out at 8:15 and 8:30 on unemployment claims and non-farm employment change. Now, with these guys, these numbers are already figured out. Somebody knows what they are, and they're just announcing them at this time. Because they're pre-published numbers, they tend to start leaking out before the official announcement. People start trading on them who have access to be able to get those numbers. You might call it inside trading. Well, it is inside trading, but it does happen. It is real. So my rule of thumb is I don't want to trade within a 2-hour window of these news items, because by the time the indicators pick up the news item, they could cause the market to jump and the indicator to be off entirely. So we just trade around them. So this morning we won't trade on the USD. Here you've got Germany introducing some CPI items. On these all-day items, I don't know. You can't trade around them, but this causes the prospect of some news being announcement during the day that'll cause a jump that we can't account for. So this morning we're going to skip trading the USD. When we trade you, when we train you, we will create a customized trade plan for you. We've got over a dozen signals, and like the signal I use on the overnight trade is different than the signal I use during the day when I'm actively trading. Signal I like that suits my risk preference and availability to trade is the 10-point signal. I like to do it off of a 1-hour chart. I like to be about halfway into the 1-hour chart before taking the trade. On a 1-hour chart, the signal is going to be worth anywhere from 5 to 35 pips. And my sweet spot tends to be 11 pips. If I can carve out 11 pips 3 times a day, I'm going to be making terrific money. And on this strategy, what we're trying to do is see that the lines line up from all 3 sections of the chart. And if we get agreement on that, we've got a high probability of the trade doing what we want. So with that, let's jump in and see what we've got going this morning. Chart I'm going to trade off of is the light 6 major. It's one of the standard charts. This chart is a composite chart in that it's showing me multiple currency pairs all on 1 hour. And this first slide is is all US based charts. My analysis starts with the middle section of the chart, which is the majors and minors. Red and green line is the major indicator. Black and gray line is the minor indicator. This horizontal blue line is the overbought line. So I'm looking for situations where the market is either overbought, so the lines are above the blue line and coming down, as you see here. And when they come down, I want to kind of ride through the channel. I'm getting these down candles. So I'm looking to ride through the channel, or we're oversold. The lines are below the red line, horizontal red line, and the lines are going up. So that's what I'm looking for. Right now, we are oversold. Majors are going down. Minors are going up. I want everybody going up. So I don't have agreement here, so I'm going to pass. Euro USD, overbought. Everybody's coming down, and I have all the lines coming down, and I have the red line is crossed over the green, and the black line is crossed over the gray. So I've got 3 points here. One, we're overbought. Two, all the lines are going down. And three, I've got the double cross. So when I have the 3 points here, I'm going to jump up to the TNTs and see if I get agreement. One thing I don't like here is there's a little bit of a kink in the line on the green line. It's hard to see, but we're going from more steep to less steep. It's barely noticeable. I prefer it to be going the other way, from less steep to more steep, but we've got everybody going down. Up on the TNTs, the two orange lines, the thick orange line and the thin orange line, are both going down. The two blue lines, the blue lines are inversely related. So what that means is when blue is going up, that means sell. So the thick blue and the dotted blue are both going up. So all four lines here are saying sell. I need at least three of the four, so it passes the second test. And then I'm going to jump down to the pressure down here. And I want the pressure lines either going down, or I want the red line on top, which I've got. So I've got 3 points here, 4 points here, 1 point here. So I've got 8 points. So this is a good setup. Now our issue is, so normally when I see this, I'd want to confirm it. And the way I confirm it is I go to a full chart. That's going to show me not only just the 1 hour chart, but it's going to show me the 2 and the 4 hour chart. And as I trade the Euro USD a lot, I already have this chart set up. And what I am looking at is on the 2 hour chart, I want to, if we're overbought here, I want to be overbought on the 2 hour and overbought on the 4 hour. Lines don't necessarily have to be going down. I just want them overbought. And the reason I want them overbought is if this signal here on the 1 hour weakens, I'll still pick up the trade off of the 2 or the 4 hour. It's just going to take a little longer to materialize. So this is kind of my backup to get the trade. So 2 hours overbought, 4 hours overbought. So this is a good setup. In fact, this, you could trade this by itself. Now we don't have the other elements of the 10-point trade with the TNTs or the pressure, but this here, this is a nice signal, and that's all I'm looking for. I'm just looking for it to be overbought. Now our issue today is we get this news item coming up. So even though I have the signal, I'm not going to go to the next step and figure out what it's worth, because I'm not going to trade it till after probably a half an hour after 8:30. So we're going to skip trading the USD until about 9. But I want to go through this just so that you can see what a good setup looks like, because that's the key to being able to trade successfully, is to be able to identify these setups. So here, pound USD overbought. We're entering the channel. all the lines going down double cross. So we got 3 points here, 4 points here, 1 point here. So 8 points again. So this is a good setup. I will consider the trade. And here we don't have the kink in the line. So I think I like this guy a little bit better. I will consider the trade so long as the green line hasn't reached the halfway spot, which it hasn't. So good signal here. Dollar USD Canadian. Everybody's going up. Double cross. We started from oversold. Here we're reaching overbought now. So the move is about done. Terrific steepness on the green line. I want to have at least a 45-degree angle. This is close to an 80-degree angle. Dollar Swiss franc approaching overbought. Majors are kind of running out of gas. We've got the kink in the line where it's now, here it's going up steeply. Here it's like at 45 degrees. And on the dollar yen, we're significantly overbought, and minors are coming down, majors are sideways. Green line's going down, red line's going up. So that creates a sideways scenario. So let's go. I've cloned this chart, and I've got non-USD pairs. So here, if we see a signal, we'll be able to trade against it. Euro pound, we're in the middle of the channel, so more than halfway. So we're going to skip it. Australian dollar yen. Overbought, everybody's coming down, double cross. So I've got all 3 points, 2 orange lines going down here, dotted blue going up. So I've got 3 of the 4 here. I got red line on top with the lines diverging. So I've got a point here. I like that the lines are spreading apart. That's telling me that it's starting to roll. Now my problem is I'm trading off of a 1 hour chart. What time is it in Australia? It ranges depending on what part of the country of Australia you're in, from 8 p.m. to 11 p.m. On a 1 hour chart, I want one of these pairs to be daytime, actively trading. It's also evening in Japan. Did you see that plane crash in Japan? Crashed on the runway and plane burned up. That was pretty amazing. Everybody got off of that plane. It took them about 18 minutes to clear the plane before the thing blew up entirely. But anyways, it's the middle of the night in Japan. So even though I've got the signal, because I want to get in and get out, part of my trade strategy is I want to be able to get in and get out quickly. I can't get in and get out quickly on a 1 hour chart when it's evening in both of these markets. So I'm going to pass. But this is we've got a good signal here. Euro Canadian dollar overbought. All the lines aren't going down, so we're going to pass. Excuse me. Australian dollar, New Zealand dollar, overbought. Everybody's going down. I'm not crazy about the slope on the green line. The slope on the green line looks to me to be just shy of 45 degrees. I really want this to be steeper, so I'm going to pass. Also, same problem. It's evening in both of these markets, so I'm not going to trade off of this signal. But I don't like this. The signal itself is weak, so we're going to pass. And then you can see we don't have the don't have the pressure, even though we've got 3 of the 4 up here. Pound yen overbought. Minors coming down. The majors are coming down, but we don't really have the double cross. The red line hasn't crossed over the green line yet. Plus the steepness of the green line, I think, is a little less than 45 degrees. So I don't have the 3 points I'm looking for here. The other thing I don't like about this is how big the gap is between the blue line and where the green line is. I want it to be closer to entering the channel, because when it's up here, it could hang out up here for a long time. You see over here how it's been hanging out above the blue line for a long time. So, theoretically, could I get 10 pips if I take a buy when we're overbought? Come on. Why won't this thing click? Here's 32 pips, even going to the bottom of the red candle here. So we're overbought. Taking a buy, when it's hanging out up here, it can hang out up here a lot. So that's why I don't, you can score, you can execute a trade, but it's just not part of my trade strategy. I don't know how long it's going to end up hanging out up here. My preference is to catch it down here and ride it up through the channel. Catch it down here, ride it up through the channel. Euro Australian dollar, overbought. We don't have agreement between the majors and the minors. This formation on the majors, where you got a little bit of a duck bill. Here's his bill, here's his head. Usually says there's a little bit more up in the movement. So we're going to pass. So again, we've cloned. We've got more pairs to look at. Canadian dollar, yen, overbought. Everybody's coming down. I've got the double cross. The red line has crossed over. Green line is a little bit more than is at least at 45 degrees. So I got 3 points here. What I'm not crazy about is the gap where the green line is for entering the channel. I don't like trades where we've been overbought for a long time. I like to catch trades where we're on one end and it goes to the other and then starts to come back down. To me, those are better trades. But we do have the signal, 2 orange lines telling me sell, dotted blue going up. So 3 of the 4 here. I've got up pressure with the red line on top. So that's telling me sell. So 1 point here. So I've got 1, 3, and 3. So I've got 7 points. I need a minimum of 7 points. I want points from all 3 sections. Canadian dollar. So soon we're approaching morning time and morning trading time in Canada. So this is okay, even though it's evening in Japan. So we've got 7 points there. So step 2 would be to take a look at the full chart. So let's do that. CAD, JPY. All right, my confirmation is I want on the 2 hour to be overbought. We are. Minors are still going up. Majors have started to come down, so that's okay. And also be overbought on the 4 hour. So we are overbought on the 2 and the 4. So I'm happy with that. Once we get this, then the next step is, what's the trade worth? So unlike the strategy that we show in the trial where it's already preset, if you see the signal, it's worth 3 pips. Here, I need to figure out what the trade is worth. So I am going to open up a clean chart, and I want to add support and resistance and take a look at what the trend is. So Canadian dollar, JPY. So I'm going to crunch up the chart a little bit to get more data points to put some support and resistance in here. Support and resistance are spots where the lines, the candles seem to naturally stop. And that's going to be the channel that I trade within. So let's draw some lines here. And I do it by I drop a line in and I kind of take a look and see where things seem to naturally stop. And that becomes my spot. So stopping here, stopping here, stopping here, stopping here, over here, over here, in here, over here. And I want to, on a 1 hour chart, on the Euro USD, these tend to be about 30, 40 pips apart. And I want to know where these are because this becomes the limit of what I'm going to trade around. Because if you'll notice, like here, see how it's bouncing on this line? I don't want to get stuck with it bouncing. I want to be able to get in and get out. So I want to trade within the boundaries. So we've stopped here, we've stopped here, we stopped in here, maybe a little bit here, a little bit here. So I am going to pull this open. Now, we don't really kind of have a clear trend here. This might be a little bit of a downtrend. Boy, this seems to be pretty volatile, like an uptrend, a little bit of a downtrend, up, down, up. So the yen tends to be a volatile pair. So we don't really have something clear that I'm saying that I feel comfortable saying that we're trading in an up or down trend here. I guess we could say in the last half a day, we've got an uptrend. So, since Tuesday. So if I am going to take a trade here, I'm trading against the trend. I'm going to take less pips than I would if I'm trading with the trend. So I want to know how much of a distance I have from here back to the line is 13 pips. And here, 33 pips. 33 pips to the line. And let's see where we go to get to this candle, how far that is. That's 17 pips. 17 pips to the bottom of this candle. Let's save this. Let's go back and take a look at the signal again. All right, we're going to take a trade on the Canadian dollar yen. Canadian dollar yen. You can take it in your simulator, or if you're using MetaTrader 4, open up MetaTrader 4. This is a demo account. So first I'm going to go to File, New Chart, and find Canadian dollar yen, which is going to probably be in this third grouping here, Canadian dollar yen. Open up the chart. I'm going to make the chart be a 1 hour chart instead of a 4 hour chart so that I'm looking at the same thing that I was looking at before. I'm going to go to New Order. New Order. This account has 13,000. It's a demo account. It's got 13,299. I'm going to move this decimal place over 4 spots. So I'm going to take a lot size of 1.33. I'm going to round this 299 up to 3. I could take anywhere from half of that to double that, but I'm going to just take half of it for now. So 1.33. And I am going to click on Market Sell. It records the trade here. And then I am going to right click, go to modify. And we had 17 pips till we hit that line. I'm going to take 15 pips. I'm going to take 15 pips. So I want to be a little inside of this candle here. So 15 pips is 150 points. I just add a 0 to it, and I click the little blue button, and it figures out the math for me. And if we're taking 15 pips, we're going to use a 3-to-1 for now. So I'm going to take 45 pip stop loss or 450 points. I'm going to click the little red button, and then it will do the math for me. And then I want to pull this down so I can see everything. So we took my take profits inside this candle. Again, since we're kind of trading into an uptrend, I'm going to be a little more conservative in how many pips. The support line is down here, but we're not going to go all the way to the support line because we're trading against the trend. So I don't want to get stuck. I don't want to get stuck as it trades against the trend and it keep moving up. So we took a sell on the Canadian dollar yen with a take profit of 1.08. It's a take profit of 108.013 and a stop loss of 108.615. A stop loss of 108.615. And let's see, we're already into the new hour. Everything still looks good here. And let's see, just take one more look at the chart. All right, it's starting to move in that direction, so we're good. All right, gang, thanks for joining me. If you want to learn to trade, I strongly believe we are the best option to make you successful. Everyone's here is committed to your success. We take it very seriously, and we make money when you make money, so our incentives are aligned. So thanks for joining me. Look for my overnight trade tonight at around 4:15, and we will see you Monday afternoon at 3:30. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.